Welcome back to another episode of Gnosia. So in the previous one, we had some insane stuff happening. It was the most different episode so far because it was craziness. It was just straight up craziness. So Yuri went to a timeline where another Yuri was also present, and we found out that basically this Yuri that we've been seeing was a bug in the system made by basically the god Nos, right, of this world. So yeah, it was this Yuri who was made a bug in this world because Yuri, in all the timelines that we've been in, has already died. The actual real Yuri already died. So this Yuri waking up here is kind of like a bug of that Yuri, right? So now he was sent to a timeline where Yuri hadn't died before. And of course, that's gonna create a paradox. There shouldn't be two Yuris meeting in the same timeline. It created a paradox. The universe collapsed on itself. It it divided by zero, and it's chaos. So let's see what's gonna happen from this situation. So if you wanna watch this, uncut and blurred, there's always on my page in the description. And let's go into Gnosia, episode 17. Not again. You're in your room again. I think so. Here we go. Yeah, up until now, the Gnosia, or not the Gnosia, the silver key always put him back to a timeline that where there is a piece of information that he needs to find, right? Or there is a reason for a timeline to that the silver key put you in. So I feel like as long as you don't obtain that piece of information that the silver key wants you to obtain, then you're gonna be looping in this one. Oh, and divide by zero. Yep. Yep. Bug. Here we go. That sucks because you need to find a piece of information, otherwise you're not gonna be able to leave. You're gonna be set in a perpetual loop. Mm-hmm. Or yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Unplug his life support. Too late. Run. Well. Reset. I wonder what happens to the timeline when this happens. Does the bug Yuri just... Does the timeline just halt? Does it get erased? うーん。
ずっとこのままにしておくのか、解消する方法が見つかるまでずっと。それって殺してるのと同じじゃないか。仮に僕が本物の僕に会わないようにしても、きっと誰かに同じ人間が2人いると観測された瞬間、二重存在によって。
Okay, so the second that both of them get perceived is when the universe gets destroyed. It's not when they perceive one another.
この状況を変えるには、どちらか一人の存在を消すしかないんだ。お前は本来この世界、この宇宙にとっての異物、バグなのです。
うーん。
そうだよな。この状況でどちらが消えるのが正しいのかといえば。
Is, is he gonna pull the plug?
ユーリ、ジュノ、どうしたの？医務室付近で異常生体反応。
No.
繰り返します。医務
He's
室付近で異常生体反応を検知しました。ありがとう。幸せにね。
yeah, he's choosing the other Yuri to survive. But she perceived this Yuri now. Oh. Oh boy. That does not look good. Yep.
死んだんじゃなかったのか。
The silver key survived.
まさかこれでもループを。
It's telling you to kill the other Yuri.
嘘だ。死ぬこともできないなんて。死んでもループするなんて。そんなの。
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nope.
そんなの。
Oh my god. Oh my god. God. What the fuck?
落ち着け。パニックになっても何も解決はしない。死んでも解決しないのならば別の方法を考えるんだ。ポット内にいる本物の自分。彼は本来ここにいるべき人間だ。守るべきは彼。彼を二重存在から守るんだ。そのためにバグである僕をどうにかして消滅させる。それには僕が本来存在しないものであると証明することだ。それが立証されれば僕は存在していられないはず。偽物である証明だ。何か方法が。そうか。私がですか？ああ、レビに確認したら教えてくれたんだ。君がエンジニア権限を持ってるって。はあ、確かに持っていますが。それで僕を調べてほしい。ユーリさんをですか？どうしてでしょう。理由っていうのは簡単には説
Like
明
we can
しづらいんだ
pinpoint
けど。
who has what? I guess so.
かな。別に構いませんけど。医務室付近で異常生体反応。繰り返します。医務室付近で異常生体反応を検知しました。時間がないんだ。わかったの。エンジニアの技術で調べれば僕が本物でないことはわかるはずだ。それは紛れもない偽物の証明。それが明らかになれば僕は。
Human. She perceived him as a bug, didn't she?
消えたの。
Oh, that does not look like the pod. Even that didn't work. Nope.
ダメなのか。
I think.
死んでもダメ。証明してもダメ。
I think. I don't think there's any other way out apart from sacrificing one of the Yuris in one of the timelines. That feels bad though. But I think one of the timelines is gonna have to have a dead Yuri in it, like the real Yuri die. Yeah, I think so, right? I think so. But that would mean that would be the first time that this Yuri, a non-Gnosia Yuri, would actually have to kill someone, right? And that would be hard because up until this point, the only people who have killed other people were the Gnosia, right? Because Cold Sleep doesn't really count as killing, right? He's just preserving them. So it feels bad, but I think one of the timelines is gonna have to. I don't think there's gonna be any other way out.
何もしなければ、本物の僕が目を覚ました瞬間、宇宙が崩壊して、
I'm pretty
そ
sure.
の時間に、つまり永遠にこの時間の輪に閉じ込められたのか。
Yeah, it seems that way.
おう、探したぞ、ユーリンチ。せっかくお裾分け持ってきたのに、部屋にいないからどこ行ったかと思ったぜ。はい、お食べ。
Sushi?
と、げっそりした顔して。 何これ。
Oh,
やっぱ
wasabi.
りジナが作ったからきっと何かあるなと思ってたんだよね。少しは元気出た？なんか死んじゃいそうな顔してふらふら歩いてたんすよね、ユーリンチ。S q おお、そんなに聞いちゃった？ごめんごめん。
Bro's been struggling.
困ったの。はい。なるほどね。それで消えようとして。
Oh, he just told her everything?
でも、どうやってもうまくいかなくて。このままだと宇宙が崩壊するわけ？ 信じてもらえないと思うけど。信じないわけじゃないっすよ。でも、どうも引っかかるんすよね。
Bugging me?
ユーリンチーはそれでいいの？バグか偽物かわかんないけどさ。ユーリンチー、今までは生きてたわけじゃん。毎日毎日頑張ってきたわけっすよね。なのに。でも、偽物なんだ。何度も考えたよ。でも、本物は向こうなんだ。僕は記憶もない。本来存在しないバグなんだ。人間ですらない。でもさ、生きる資格がないんだ。だだっこやの。
Question.
じゃ、
Question. What would happen if an engineer checked Yuri in previous timelines where the other Yuri died? Would he still come up as a bug? Or would, because the real Yuri was dead, he would come up as a human? I'm not sure. Did it ever happen? I don't remember if there was ever an engineer that actually checked out Yuri in the previous timelines. I wonder what would happen.
SQ ちゃんも生きる資格ないかもね。SQ ちゃん、なんで SQ って名前なんだと思う？マナンの人格移植に失敗した511番目のコピー。ユーリンチーは隅に置けないの。こんな可愛くてもまだ1歳児。ユーリンチーとほぼダメじゃね？しかも自我があるんだかないんだかわからない。
I guess she would be kind of similar.
なんならユーリンチーよりひどい偽物。そんな。
I can see that.
でもね。ご飯食べれば美味しいし、イケメン見ればドキドキするし、ネイルきれいにできれ
What's the sorry, I know I'm pausing a lot, but I'm thinking about it because what's the word again? It's something continuity, something where it's the entire thing of, you know, when you split two people into two different minds, one of them being a copy, one of them being the actual person, right? Just copying someone's mind into another person, whatever. In like second and millisecond zero, it's time zero when both of those minds start working. They would be basically the same person just copied. But every single millisecond, every single moment after that, those minds would become their own people because their experience would be different. They would start thinking about different things, which would lead to different conclusions. It would basically make them different people from the second moment arrives, right? Moment zero, they're regarded as the same person. Every single moment after it, they're regarded as different people. It's something continuity. I don't remember the exact word for that. But I think that's kind of like what they're going for, right? Even if you're a copy of someone, you're from moment 2 or moment 1, I guess, you start becoming your own person.
それが多分生きてるってことなんだと思うんよ。偽物もコピーも関係ない。生きてるってことなんだよ。恥ずかしいこと言うから耳の穴かっぽじってよく聞け。頑張れ。泣くな。男の子。
Eski is the best.
男に女の子は弱いのだぜ。医務室付近で異常生体反応。繰り返します。医務室付近で異常生体反応を検知しました。
Here we go. Yeah, it's time.
少し話したいことがあるんだ。ユーリがバグ。ああ、このままだと二重存在によって宇宙が崩壊するんだ。ループってそんなことになったりもするのか。いや、すまない。実はまだループを始めて数回なんだ。そうか。
Yeah,
この説はま
a
だ
different version of
分
Setsu,
かってないのか。
obviously.
ダメだ。相談しても不安を煽るだけに。これから何が起きるんだ。何をどうすればいい。頑張るしかない。そんな。でも僕は知っている。君が立派にループの旅を続けることを。みんなや僕を助けることを。そんなに。
Whoa, it's so close, man.
君なら
I'm just worried that he's gonna get stuck in this loop because the silver key is gonna complete its knowledge in this loop
生体反応。繰り返し。
and then just fuck off
医務室付近で異常
and leave him
生体
here.
反応を検知しました。
That would be worst possible outcome.
落ち込んでいる暇はない。考えろ。幸い、このループではグノーシア汚染者はいない。つまり、誰にでも相談に乗ってもらうことができるということだ。説がダメとなると、あと相談できそうなのは、
Rakyo?
もう治ったの。
I also wonder. Sorry, pausing a lot. I also wonder what's gonna happen if he stops the treatment on the other Yuri, but the body's still there, and then someone sees both the body of the Yuri and they see this Yuri. Is that also gonna bug it out even though the other Yuri is already dead? I don't know.
これでしばらくは宇宙が崩壊することはない。
Okay.
問題を先送りにしているだけじゃ。大切なのは時間の確保さ。さっきの君の話が本当だとしたら、ループしたら君以外の人間の記憶はリセットされてしまう。
Mm-hmm.
最初からやり直しになるだけだろう。それはそうだけど。それより先に見せてほしいんだけど。あ、そうか。約束だったね。へえ。
It's so
まさか
close.
生きた研究対象に会えるとはね。疑うな、恐れるな、そして知れ。すべては知ることで救われる。やはり反応しないね。 間違いなく君に定着してるんだ。ご愁傷様。これで嘘じゃないって分かっただろ。ループしてることも、僕がバグであるということも。そのようだね。じゃあ話は簡単じゃないか。よく考えてごらんよ。君は2つの事象をごっちゃにしているんだ。バグの君と本物の君。2人が出会うことで二重存在によって宇宙を。
Yeah.
それはそれで完結する一つの事象だ。それが完結しないのは、君が銀の鍵でループしているという別の事象があるからだろう。2つは別の事象さ。
Yeah.
ループが終わらないことと、君がバグかどうかは関係ない。
Yeah.
関係している。
Yeah.
そうか。見たところ、この銀の鍵はまだ満たされてはいない。情報を欲している。つまり、情報が残されている世界線に何度も戻す。
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You need to get the information from this timeline.
君は鍵の奴隷ということさ。どんな気分？最悪だね。でも、悪いことばかりじゃない。みんなのいろんなことを知ることができた。
That makes sense.
みんなとたくさん話して、こうして好きになることができた。だけど、君のこともね。いくらループしても、ここに戻ってくるということは、ここじゃないと得られない情報があるからだ。このわずかな時間でしか得られない情報は、このタイミングでしか会えない誰か。そうか。
Himself. I didn't know they can actually pause the treatment. That actually is kind of cool. Is he gonna just listen to them talk without looking at them? Does that work?
分かった。いや、全然。だろう。
That's cool.
こんな旧式の測定学習じゃ起きられる？医務室付近で異常生体反応。ちょっとここで待っていてくれ。警報を確認してくる。異常生体反応を検知しました。おう、後もないようだし、よかったな。結構ひどい怪我だったみたいだからな。そうなのか。自分じゃよく覚えていないんだけど。なんだ、そうなのか。一応礼を言っておこうかと思ってな。俺はシピ。お前のおかげで乗っているみんな助かった。ありがとな。全然実感ないけど。まあ実際誘導したのは説だけどな。見た人の話によると、その時説を守ろうとして大怪我したって話だぜ。そうなんだ。どうも説もお前に助けられたって気づいてないみたいなんだけどな。
Okay.
まあ、とにかく無事でよかったよ。これでお前が死んだんじゃ後味悪かったからな。その話、説にはしないでほしい。気にするといけないから。あ、みんなにも言っておく。
That's enough. That's a piece of information that it needed. Oh. Oh. That's not good.
まさか、また。
There's more information to be had.
管制塔より緊急勧告が発令。これよりルーアンから脱出します。繰り返し。
Never mind, it's a different timeline.
管制塔より緊急勧告が発令。これより。
Interesting. That's it. Okay. Interesting. So Okay, so we finally got the information that we needed from that timeline, right? With Yuri saving Sitsu and all those things, right? So we got a piece of information, and now we went to a different timeline, but it seems like Yuri, I'm gonna guess, is still in the pod, probably. They were talking about like an emergency evacuation from Liuan and stuff like that, which I'm not sure what that's gonna be all about, but I guess we'll see. I don't have a good feeling about it since obviously Yuri woke up in his bed, but yeah, we'll find out what exactly is happening there. I'm happy that they were able to resolve it in the way that they did. I was really worried that they were actually gonna have to kill the other Yuri, but even then, as I said, I don't think they would necessarily resolve it, right? Because he did need to get more like the piece of information that the Silver Key wanted them to get. The only problem was like buying enough time to obtain that information, right? And actually he was smart, you know. I wasn't expecting the piece of information that he needed to be like some piece of information from Yuri, right? I didn't expect that. So Yuri kind of smart there to realize that. So I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen, right? Where this is gonna go. And also I want to see what happens when they fill up the silver key. Like, my assumption is that when they fill up the silver key is just gonna go out of here, and then Yuri has to live in the current timeline that he's in, or this Yuri has to live in the current timeline that he's in, right? That would be my assumption. And if he ends up like filling up the silver key in a timeline with a duplicate Yuri, I think he's just screwed, right? But to be fair, that would just be one timeline from this, our current Yuri's perspective, that would be screwed. All the other timelines should, in theory, all have their own Yuris that still have memories of the silver key and stuff like that. I think that's how it works. We haven't really seen exactly how it works. That's my assumption, right? We haven't seen if those Yuris remained in those timelines, if they played out those timelines, if they kept like going on, kept just living their life normally after the silver key looped back, because when the silver key loops back, it just copies, right, the Yuri memories into a different Yuri. That's it, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way though, yeah, either way, I wonder where this current timeline Yuri is gonna go now, right? I guess we'll find out in the upcoming episode. We are reaching, I think, the final 3 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's gonna be 20 episodes, so that's gonna be cool to see. But for now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.